stuff. So listen, this is probably going to be one of my first, if not my first video. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, welcome to the channel if you're new here. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to start this. You can see we're a little bit on a budget right now. I'm recording off the phone on a flimsy $10 tripod with no mic. So bear with me. Give me a while until I get my stuff set up. Hold on, that dunk got me out of breath, man. All right. So today we're talking about Chicago ball, man. We're talking about the Chicago Bulls. I don't know why I have a Denver Nuggets jersey on, but we're talking about the Chicago Bulls, all right? Crazy, man, crazy. So at the beginning of the free agency, I was saying how this free agency, it's not loaded, it's not stacked, but it's probably going to be a very important free agency. And so far, it's panned out to be like that for multiple teams. We've seen it be like that for the Chicago Bulls so far, the Miami Heat. I mean, a lot of teams, even the Lakers, a lot of teams have really done a lot in this free agency to really build up and change their rosters drastically. I shout out Chicago Bulls, man, because, you know, I'm a Celtics fan, so, you know, that doesn't mean I'm the biggest Bulls fans, but I'm also an NBA fan, man. And the Chicago Bulls this past decade, they've had to deal with, you know, terrible contracts of Felicio, you know, Denzel Valentine. You've had some pretty frustrating years. So to see the Chicago Bulls be able to compete this year, it's going to be great. It's going to be fun for the league. It's what the league needs. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like we got to start with Lonzo Ball, man. You do a sign and trade for Lonzo Ball. I forgot exactly what they gave up. I probably should have done it before. I got my laptop here. Let me just bear with me, look it up real quick. I'm probably not going to edit this out. I'm going to keep it real with you. Is that because I'm lazy? Possibly. Let's go Lonzo Ball sign and trade. Lonzo Ball sign trade. I'm gonna try my best to not keep this video too long. So let's see. What was it again? Bro, can you tell me what they gave up? All right, there we go. So the Bulls, they sent Thomas Satoransky, Garrett Temple, and a second-round pick to the Pelicans, and Lonzo Ball got onto a 4-year, $85 million contract. Great pickup for the Bulls. The Bulls, literally the one thing they needed at the point guard position was a point guard who can play, make, and defend, and they got that in Lonzo Ball, who's probably one of the best playmaking, defending point guards in the league. So for the Chicago Bulls to pick that, another young guard to match up with Zach LaVine, Kobe White, Patrick Williams, and these other young players on the Chicago Bulls thing is just great. And then you pick up Alex Caruso as well. You know, some people were saying the contract was a little bit hefty. Listen, I want to make a separate video about this, but so many people are talking about, like, how these players, or so many players in the league, I think like Evan Fournier is an example, Alex Caruso now, DeMar DeRozan, there's so many players where anytime someone gets a contract, people say they paid way too much money, they paid too... That's how the NBA is. It's 2021, contracts are mad expensive. It's how it's gonna be. If you're an above average starter in the NBA, you're most likely gonna be making 15 to 20 mil a year. That's just how it is nowadays. So Alex Caruso, 4-year, 37 mil. That's like, it's under 10 mil, so I don't think it's too bad. And I think Alex Caruso actually fits well as a backup point guard for this team. You know, he's also a guy who provides defending, and he's just a guy that you always want on your basketball team. You know, he's not great on offense. He's not going to go out there and get buckets. I used to always roast Alex Caruso for just being a guy who seems like he runs on the court for 30 minutes with the Lakers. But he really does hustle. He plays good defense, and I think he's fitting into this, or he's going to fit into this Bulls culture really well, or the culture that they're trying to build at least. Yeah, let's get into DeMar DeRozan. So after Lonzo Ball, I was looking, and I was like, I don't really think the Bulls are going to make any other moves. And then they go out and they grab DeMar DeRozan. I was like... That's crazy, bro. They have three probably all-star, if not all-star, near all-star caliber players with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Vucevic. And then you got guys like Lonzo now, Kobe White coming off the bench, which I'll get into Kobe White in a little bit. Some people are questioning, I'm not even going to get into the salary of DeMar DeRozan because it wasn't even that bad of a contract. I think people are just over dramatic. And then, people are talking about the fit. Yeah, maybe he doesn't space out the court. Maybe he's not really, a guy who can hit 3-point shots. But I don't really think that matters because the way that DeMar DeRozan has developed his game is actually going to be so beneficial to the Chicago Bulls team. To have two really good playmakers in Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan is just going to be so dangerous for Zach LaVine off the ball and Nikola Vucevic as well. I think the pick and roll situations could work really well as well. Some vet experience, a guy who's been to the playoffs, I think he was one of the top players in isolations last year, or like scoring in ISO, it was something like that. So what the Bulls done this free agency, listen, I know some people are saying, what the Bulls did this free agency, it's not good because they're not going to win a championship and all they're doing is giving away draft picks, because I believe they had to give up like one first round pick and 2 seconds for DeRozan and then like Thaddeus Young. I don't know if it was 1 or 2 first round picks. They have given up a lot of first round picks to build this team. I think they've given up like 3 first round picks for Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan. But listen, the Bulls have just been in such a struggling position for the past decade. And let's be honest, everyone thinks the Bulls are a big supermarket team. They're really not. They don't typically really bring in big free agents. I think the biggest one they've gotten in the most recent years was probably like Pau Gasol, and Pau Gasol was like on the older end of his career. So for Chicago Bulls to go out in free agency and get guys like Lonzo Ball for an absolute steal, in my opinion, and DeMar DeRozan, it's just good for the Bulls to be competitive. Are they going to win a championship? Probably not. But the fact that the Bulls are proving that they want to compete and they want to build around Zach LaVine and they want to get Zach LaVine into the playoffs and have confidence in him is a great thing. Because they could have not done anything, right? They could have not gotten DeMar DeRozan. They could have not done that Vucevic trade. And then they could have lost Zach LaVine in free agency. And here we go. The Bulls are stuck again with like Lonzo Ball and a young team. Let me go to my notes. I want to see what else I want to talk about the Bulls. I feel like I'm just rambling. I feel like there's been no like correlation in this video at all. I'm just saying a bunch of stuff. I'm still trying to get used to this. Listen, I've been watching a lot of Motown Noah, a lot of Kenny, a lot of Crispy Flakes, a lot of who else? Rusty Buckets. So I'm trying to get into how they do it, because they're obviously, they've been doing it for a long time now. Well, not really Motown Noah, but you know what I'm saying. What else do I got here with the Bulls? Kobe White, man. I feel like nobody has been talking about Kobe White, and Kobe White is one of the most disrespected players in the league. Now, don't get me wrong, Kobe White's one of those guys who like can be pretty inconsistent. Like 1 out of every 5 games, you might see him drop like 25 or 30 points, and then he'll just go quiet for like 4 games in a row. But I think I got my early season vote. Kobe White is going to be 6th man of the year. Dude, I keep hitting the back of my head on this rim and it keeps throwing me off guard. I keep like getting shook. But yeah, Kobe White, I think he's going to get 6th man of the year. I think him playing next to Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan is going to be great for him. I think he's going to get a lot of opportunities. I don't think he's going to have to take as many shots, but it's going to help him become more efficient. I really hope the Bulls don't get rid of Kobe White, because I know there's been talks about it. I don't think they will. I just think Kobe White is a perfect guy to come off the bench as a 6th man. Because the problem with Kobe White and Zach LaVine is, in my opinion, I don't really think Kobe White's a point guard at all. I think he's a shooting guard. So when he was out there playing a lot of the point guard with Zach LaVine, it just didn't fit It didn't fit right. I can't speak right now. Because Kobe White, he's not the best playmaker and he's not the best defender, which are the 2 things that Zach LaVine isn't really good at. So that's why the fit was never great. So I think him coming off the bench, playing the 2, because they'll probably have Caruso be the backup at the 1. I think it's going to be great for Kobe White. Who else do I want to talk about on this team? I don't really have too much to say about Lauri Markkanen because I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to stay with the Chicago Bulls or if he's just going to go out in a sign and trade or whatever. I have no clue, so I'm not really going to talk too much about that. But Bulls are in the right direction, man. The Bulls are in the right direction. I got them. I mean, you got to have them making the playoffs. I think they could even make a sneaky run and possibly even make it to the second round or even the conference finals. I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying I could see it happen. I mean, especially in the most recent years with like a lot of sneaky teams making it far. I mean, we had the Suns make it to the NBA Finals last year, so you never know. I could also see the Chicago Bulls struggling a little bit, though. I could see them, possibly be disappointing and not even make it into the top 8, and they could possibly be in a play-in tournament, or they might even be an 8 seed and lose in the play-in tournament. I think, it's definitely not 100% the Chicago Bulls now will make the playoffs. They're going to have to do some things like chemistry. They got to get their chemistry going. We still got to see how these guys are going to fit together throughout the season. So, yeah, we'll see. How have I not talked? I just realized, how have I not talked about Patrick Williams? Also, I love Patrick Williams, especially for this season. I think him playing the 4, because the starting lineup is probably going to be Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, and Vucevic. And Patrick, I just love the way the Bulls are constructed, man. The more I think about it, man, especially with Pat Williams now, just you got that defensive guy in Pat Williams. You still got DeMar DeRozan, who's a good defender. Pat Williams, he's just going to be so much better playing with guys like Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan, just being able to catch and shoot shots, play it more off ball. Oh my God, I love it, I love it, I love it. And I'm not even a Bulls fan, and I love it, man. Yeah, I mean, I really think that's all I got to say for the Bulls. We'll see how they do throughout the season. They're definitely one of the teams I'm going to keep a radar on. And to be honest, I don't watch a lot of Chicago Bulls basketball, but I think with the additions they made, I'm going to have to watch some Chicago Bulls, man. That's really all I got to say for that one. On you guys a little.